if you're a loan officer thinking about moving your license, Movement Mortgage is 6 hours in underwriting, 7 days in processing, and 1 day in funding, and a lifetime of awesomeness.
Yes, they are.
You have to click this banner right over there. If it's on Facebook, straight up above.
They're looking for you. Give them a shout.
So just because we're trying to start people's days off, I see different things that I'm looking at, and I thought to myself, this is just kind of cool. So for realtors, lenders, and everybody else, real estate inspired here from a post by a gal named Vero that I saw on Twitter. Now check this out. Of these following pictures, some of them are the inside of guitars, or they could be the inside of super trendy homes.
Interesting.
Now, it might seem easy just thinking about this, but we're gonna show you these pictures twice and see if you can figure out which one is the inside of a cool house or the other one is the inside of a guitar. Ready? Here we go. That's harder than you thought now, wasn't it? All right?
Interesting.
So, if you want to know what the answers are, our in-house guitar expert, Frank Garay, and he's going to tell you his expert opinion down below in the comments. You okay with that?
Fine, why not? Are you afraid of selling your house too soon and missing the market? Well, the experts at Realtor.com have a few points that they'd like you to consider.
Number one, just as with stocks, you can't predict the market. So as a home seller, you shouldn't beat yourself up. Hindsight, as they say, is 20/20.
Number two, if you wait, the price of the home you want to buy could go up. Boudreaux says the more you make on your home sale, the more you'll probably have to pay for whatever you buy.
And number three, odds are you sell when you have to. Sometimes sellers have to sell immediately, says Tripleman agent Gina Coe. So when clients fret they might be selling their properties too soon, Coe reminds them to see the big picture.
Now, in case you missed all that high-level realtor banner, I'll try to help. If you think you're missing out because home values might increase, you don't know that. If they do, you'll gain that in your purchase going forward. And if you gotta move, you gotta move. When agents compare themselves to doctors and lawyers, like we did yesterday, it's starting to make sense, right?
Right, Frank. All right, guys, Wells Fargo is being sued again. This time it's the city of Sacramento, which is right in our backyard.
Okay.
They claim Wells pushed African Americans and Latinos into high-cost loans, just like they did last year in Baltimore, and Miami, and Philly. Now Wells is going to have to pay Sacramento as well.
Great.
The question I have right now is, why doesn't every single city in the United States sue every single mortgage company in the country? You should, because you're gonna win. If we use the Wells losses last year as a precedent, you should sue every mortgage company because, like I said, you'd win.
Now, the article goes on to say that it had nothing to do with credit worthiness.
Nothing.
That African Americans with scores above 660 were 2.8 times more likely to receive a high cost or risk loan, and their number for Latinos was 1.8%.
Wow, now that's interesting. What about LTV? I mean, that's interesting, but what about LTV? How much are you putting down? Because here's the deal. If you got 20% down and you're black or white, you're probably not going to get a government loan. If you only got a few grand in your pocket, the loan you're going to get is going to be one of them high cost or FHA deals. Now, the second question I have here, was your score 661 or 761? Because if it's 661, you're gonna get one of those high cost govy loans. If it's 761, regardless of your race, you're probably not. So it's also credit worthiness. I'm serious. Sue every single freaking lender in the country if you don't like the outcome. not if the outcome is inevitable. Sue if you just don't like it. Because that seems to be the road that we're on right now. Because as how things stand right now, you can't not, double negative, be guilty of disparate impact as a lender based on the rules. The only way to do it is to sell loans in communities that are all white or are all black or are all Hispanic. That is how lending guidelines are set up by the federal government right now as a means of avoiding disparate impact. And nobody wants that, and it's nowhere in the country. Something needs to change.
That's right. It's ridiculous. You did a great show on it last week where you really spelled it out. It's all in these government guidelines. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. You're right. Is it a 6? They were all above 660. So? Was it 661? There was between the 661 and the 761. It's quite a difference in rate. And, you know, it's a big difference. It's just a bunch of BS. I'm sick to death of it.
I am too. You know, and frankly, as fun as it is to bitch about Wells Fargo, and it is sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this is ridiculous that everyone's going after them in particular because every lender is guilty of this stuff.
Right.
But you can't sue every lender, so you sue the ones who you can shake down, who will settle, and who've got deep pockets. If Wells Fargo, grow some balls and sue them back. Fight this thing. Don't settle.
Hey, so we just want to remind you guys, if you're a branch manager or a small company or even a large company, you're looking to grow your branch, adding new loan originators, we really recommend training them from scratch. I used to do it when I had my branch, and I was great at it. It was a lot of fun. The problem is it's a pain in the butt to do that, right? Well, New LOU is a product that we're partners in that can help out. We'll take care of all that training for you.
All of it, yeah.
You need to look into it. See the banner you see right here? Click it on your right. You might have to scroll down to see it. Or on Facebook, there's a link up above. So check out New LOU and get new guys into your branch producing now.
Or if you're a loan officer working for Wells Fargo and you're sick of having your brand getting sued into oblivion and trying to explain that, but you really don't know how to make that jump into a regional banking operation, New LOU would be fantastic for you. Check it out.
All right. Catch you guys later. Do us a favor, forward, share, and subscribe. We'll see you again soon from the National Real Estate Post.
Bye.